Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wisdom Techie Excellence. In this series, we are going to see some popular interview questions for the web developers. Today, we see one of very popular interview questions, that is, CSS Box Model. Let's go to today's topic. Let's see, what is box model in CSS? The box model is the fundamental positioning and spacing for elements in the view. It is arranging the elements in the view in specific look. Let's see an example. A person is in the house. How we can define his place? He is in the house, in the space of the house. The house has outer walls in all four sides. And with the wall, space, person, the house is on the road. House has specific gap from road in all the sides. Now, imagine the space between the road and house walls is margin. The all four side of walls are the borders. And the space between the wall and person is the padding. I guess you got an idea on it. Let's see in practical example. I have the basic setup of HTML here. I am creating a div element with class called box. Let me add h3 tag with some text here. Here, h3 tag is with text of box model test is the content. Let me open the code in the live server, so that we can see the changes in the browser. Now, here, the template is running in 5500 port in live. Let me add styling for box. Height I am adding around 50 pixels. Width I am adding 50 pixels. Let's add some background color for the box. Let me change height and width to 300 pixels, so that it appears clearly. Okay, here we have option to adjust the colors. We can adjust the color if we want. Now the box appeared with new color. Again, I changed the background color with some light theme. Okay, here is the box, placed in the top left corner of the browser page. So, we can understand here, box is placed in top 0 and left 0 position, internally. Let me add a border to the box. I have added a border to the box of 10 pixels width and solid black colored. Now the box contains its own border of 10 pixels. Let's add margin for it. When I added margin of 10 px, there is change happened on the box in its position. Let me change it 50 pixels for clear view. Now, the box changed its position with 50 pixels margin. You can see the difference in left and top gap of the box. Now, let's add some padding for it. I am adding padding of 50 pixels for the box. Now, see the difference. When I added padding for it, the content inside the box moved within the box. It is 50 pixels top and 50 pixels left, and margin 50 pixels added outside of box from top left corner of the screen, and padding added within the box. Let's test some more changes for better understanding. I have enabling and disabling the padding now. You can see box appearance changes within the screen. Let's see padding types. We have padding left, padding bottom, padding right, and padding top properties, which helps the padding position of the content in all the four sides. And if we see margins types, hovering it, we have margin top, margin bottom, margin left, and margin right types, which helps to change the position of the content from screen. Let me hide the given margin and padding, and add margin left 50 pixels. And I am adding padding top for it. Around 100 pixels, I add here. Let's save and see our changes. As we added margin left as 50 pixels here, the box moved 50 pixels from left side in the screen. And padding top of 100 pixels moved the content from top within box. Let me add padding left now. I am adding 100 pixels for padding left and save. Padding left 100 pixels moved the content within the box from left side. I hope you got it now. Let's comment newly added styles and enable the margin and padding now. Now we have margin 50 pixels, padding 50 pixels, and border 10 pixels. The margin, padding, and borders modified the position from screen as we saw earlier. Now look at the example here. As per our code, the person is H3 tag. The space between wall and person is padding. All four sides walls are borders. And finally the space between the road and the house walls are the margins. If we replace the example to technical terms, as per our code, the content area is H3 tag. The space between border and content width in the box is padding. The box have all four sides of borders. Based on the pixels, the border width styles can modified. And finally the space between the screen and the borders are the margins. Here we have seen a single element as example. If we add multiple elements, then each element can be positioned from screen or from the parent element by adding own margins, padding, and borders. But overall basic is the same. Let's see what we learnt so far. Every element in CSS is represented as a box. The box model is made up of content, padding, border, and margin. Box model is essential for building clean and responsive layouts. Content holds its own text or images, sized with width and height. Padding, border, and margin control spacing inside and outside elements. Okay, so always remember in this order: margin, border, padding, and finally content. I hope you got a clear idea about CSS Box Model. You can answer with confidence when interviewer asks this question next time. Let's see in another topic in this series, and all the best. Till then, bye-bye.